Good morning. How are you? I'll tell you. Let me catch you up. A few weeks ago, two and a half weeks ago now, I guess. I fall down sometimes. New feet, right? They're usually just little stumbles on soft places. Weirdly, I haven't hardly ever been physically hurt from anything, not very often, especially where it's laid me up for a week or two. It's rare in my 62. I'll be 63 this year. So, Frankie, relax, babe. We're not going back outside. Probably not till after work. Okay. So anyway, I tripped and fell on bricks from not quite a foot up, but it was a surprise fall, so I wasn't completely braced or didn't think of how to do the fall. Caught me off guard, and I bunged up my ankle on one leg, my knee on the other, and an elbow. And I've had to ice my knee and ankle for days. And wobbling. I actually used a walker. Thank goodness for walkers. Whoever thought of those? Great idea. And anyway, today's the first day I haven't put on an ice pack. And I've also thought of something. There are certain sayings that I've never liked. Like, love is never having to say you're sorry. That came out, I think, in the 80s or 90s. I think it was a Hallmark thing. It was a great PR stunt. Made lots of money. But, okay, we all know that's not true. I knew it wasn't true when I heard it. I was like, huh? And it was mostly men buying those cards for their wives. So it's like, dude, really? The world created people who behave like narcissists. Ugh, marketing. Money, money, money. Anyway, there was another one that said, sometimes first you need to forgive yourself. Or don't forget to forgive yourself. Something like that. But you know what I mean. And I always thought, okay, it's kind of like if you open the floodgates, the water will flow. So if you do the work to make amends for poor behavior, you're going to feel better about yourself. You don't have to go out of your way to forgive yourself. And you have to go out of your way to forgive someone else. And you have to decide what the word forgive means. I've never really related much to the word forgive. I think it's more accept and reconnect in a way that fits the new relationship based on previous behaviors. And I don't know if the definition of forgive matches up with that, but that's how I feel about it. I think there are certain words that change with the times. The dictionary in the last 4 years has changed some very important words to me. And I think sometimes elimination of a couple of words would be good. And maybe create additional words if you want to go messing with the dictionaries. So, getting back to me. So, this is the first time that I thought dang, I need to forgive myself. Yeah, I know. I still like this. Now that it's summertime, I'm using it again. It's only 30 block, but I don't spend a lot of time out in the sun during the week. So, I just like the amount of moisturizer it gives. It's not too heavy. It's not watery, so it's easy to put on. And it's a nice middle of the road base for makeup, for the most part. Certain makeup doesn't mix with it all that well. But the thing is, it doesn't affect my eyes. That's the big thing for me. Because I like to put a little on my eyelids. And almost all SPFs have fumes that get into my eyes. This is the best one. But I'm out of that and need to get some more. That's a true story. So anyway, the way I tripped and fell is out in the barn. The floor isn't finished with that extra layer of flooring. So the door cap sticks up about this much. And I had my boots on, and when I went through, it's a door I don't always use. I don't use it all that often. And I just was distracted when I was looking at something and tripped right over that and fell down the stoop. So I caught myself thinking, how could I be so clumsy? And it was a repetitive story. And then I was like, well, I am getting older, and well, I haven't fallen in a while. And so I started rationalizing falling down. And then it was like, but I'm grateful that this has hardly ever happened. And then that other voice is like, maybe this is the beginning. Anyway, it just started gnawing at me, which was kind of weird. So, excuse me for a sec. I was massaging my sinuses. Don't forget, if you have sinus issues, when you're doing this, it's massaging those sinus pockets in here, right? So whenever I put a product on my face, I give myself that mini sinus massage just by accident now. So it'll drain. And if you do this, that also helps drain from the middle of the ear in here. You don't have to be exact. You can go up a little high if you want, just to cover your bases. Don't push real hard. Don't hurt yourself. Just pull it down, and it also helps massage the bands of muscles here that create this wrinkly band here. So it helps relax those muscles here. But most importantly for me is it helps drain the sinuses. All this goes here and then down. You can feel it working. It's pretty cool. Sometimes you have to get things started with a nasal irrigation to get the hard muck out. Some people suffer and just take medication to where everything just sits in there and gets hard. And that's what you want to prevent. Okay, so anyway, back to me forgiving myself. That's when I realized I can see where I was kind of picking on myself in a way that I wouldn't do to somebody else. No, I wouldn't. It's just something I wouldn't do, but I was doing it to myself. So I thought I'd share with you that the self-talk even I had. I mean, I work at mental health all the time. But it doesn't inoculate me against needing some positive self-talk on purpose. Purposeful self-talk. Or that I don't, and I also need to talk to someone who's positive, who gets me, who understands me, and who can help me see the flaws in my ways. Who's got the guts to face off with me. It sure seems dark in here to me today. Oh, I don't have the curtains open. Yeah, it's been so hot and humid. Whoopsie. It's been so hot and humid that all the curtains are closed except for this one. And that's just because my home is so small that this is at one end of the house. And then, so when you come in the side door, you can see right straight through the house. And it helps, it's kind of a light. But that area is shaded, very shaded with a big, beautiful tree. I'll show it to you sometime. So anyway, I realized I was kind of tearing myself down. And the real important part of it is that I didn't stay in that mode very long. I got there a couple times, but each time I didn't stay there very long. So I'm just gonna be honest. It wasn't just a one-time fix. I had to do the positive self-talk out of there with believable statements like, I wouldn't treat anybody else like that. It was an accident. It was an oops. Look at all the other great things you do and how healthy you are. Stop it. That kind of thing. Just believable statements. Come on. Also, I caught myself overdoing it to where I was slowing down the process of the healing because I decided I don't get hurt. I'll push through it. Well, I can tell you that when people who are around me are behaving that way, it's very frustrating, especially if I'm going out of my way to help them. And then they're overdoing it, and then it's even more long time that I have to help them. Or I feel like I need to help them because, well, what kind of person just stands around and watches somebody suffer? I have some tiny scars, but scarring from the pox that were left behind from acne. And some wrinkles that are kind of deep. And so I'm just massaging that foundation right in there. This is that Rimmel foundation. It's very thick, like almost a paste. I put it in that little jar. That's not what's in there. I just like the jar better than having to unscrew a tube with my bursitis. It's easier to do a bigger jar. So anyway, I'm pushing it down in the pores. When you see me do that, I know some people use a sponge, but a sponge doesn't always do it. I think sponges work better for young people. But when you get old, like I have a little hole here where I used to squeeze the blackheads out of. That hole's got to be at measurable depth. So I just really fill it in. Does it cause more pimples? You know what? Nah, not on me. I know there are people who say, oh, it'll give you pimples, or oh, it'll do this, oh, it'll do that. Well, if your skin's that sensitive, please take care of it. But thank goodness I found some makeup that I don't have to worry about that. So yeah, seriously, to overdo it to where I have to care for myself even longer or ask for help even more. I realized I was going against my own belief system. And thank goodness, at the same time, I heard a couple other comments by people who care that were along the same lines. So it matched up with what I kind of already knew. So that's one of the things that I hope you can take away is if you're already injured, don't keep re-injuring yourself to prove a point that you got this. Because this human body, if it gets injured, it needs time to recoup. Duh. So let's remember that. Very exciting learning how to live with this aging body. Oh, so I don't know where's that. It's in the other room. I'm gonna tell you that I have been doing whatever I can to avoid Botox. Because I get nervous before I go get it anyway. Because I've seen where some people have told stories. I haven't seen it with my own eyes where somebody got a droopy face from it. I haven't seen that. But I have experienced my eyebrows going too high. You'll see it in some of my videos, especially in the shorts. I think I have at least 2 shorts where my eyebrows are up like this, and I had to go back and have them released again. Too funny. So anyway, I've been trying to just avoid it. I just feel like that voice, that little quiet voice, is saying, just don't bother. Just don't bother. Face massage is enough. Well, I had a couple stressful weeks with my knee hurting and my ankle hurting, and I hardly ever take any kind of medicine. Don't drink alcohol. Haven't for years. And so I've even been taking Tylenol. So but mostly ice packs. And I'll take 500 Tylenol. Now, the first day or two, maybe I took 2 once a day. It works for me. I couldn't believe it. Matter of fact, it works so good. That's what I caught myself overdoing it. Is because I was shocked that 500 milligram Tylenol was able to take the pain away. That was crazy. But then again, I am kind of a wuss when it comes to pain. So something that hurts me may not really bug someone else all that much. That was hard for me to wrap my mind around because I always thought I was a tough girl. But people say, oh, buck up. When I get hurt. Heck, I bumped my elbow going into the dryer and I have a bone bruise for months. It's true. I'm a fragile flower. See, that's why people think I drink and I don't. I'm just kind of silly sometimes. So, forgiving myself went pretty well. Just in time, too. Because when I'm in session with a client, I practice what I preach. But sometimes you don't know you're experiencing something until it's really bold in your face, right? So I'm talking to, or I'm listening, communicating with we're having a conversation. And the subject is, how to stop ruminating over all these negative things. And normally it's a stop, thought, change thought practice. You practice it so it takes hold. It's really part of PTSD work as well. It's just something we all need to learn in grade school, as far as I'm concerned. There's so many things that we could learn in health class in school. Remember when we used to have health class? That if we learned those things, we would have tools to work on our mental health. That's a true story right there. What else was I going to tell you? Okay. So, one of the things that I have seen other therapists do in my history as a therapist is they don't practice what they preach. And I think that's why, this powder has just enough shine. It's beautiful in person, but on the camera, it makes me look like a ghost because it's just effervescent. It doesn't sparkle, but the lighting just bounces off of me. So all you see is makeup. And you don't actually see my head. And because my hair's white and my background's light colored with some flowers behind it, you've seen it in the, so I decided to just use it on my neck. So maybe I'll try it today. So maybe it'll make the wrinkles less noticeable. Okay, so anyway. So yeah, that was great. I changed my self-talk and I was able to say, you know what? Everybody trips and falls down. Almost everybody. So let's get over it now. Something else I wanted to share with you is about the Botox thing. So anyway, I know I'm all over the place. Thanks to lots of caffeine. The juices of the gods. So anyway, I'm going to show you what I ordered. Hold on, I got to be careful with my knee and my ankle. Okay, I'm coming. Do you see Frankie? Hi, Frankie. Let myself down. Okay, so I bought a couple face tools. I think you may have seen me use this and this. So when I do this, I can feel a knot right here and the same over there. So I spend a lot of time massaging those. Well, when I'll do this, going from pressure from top to bottom like that. And then I go up underneath my cheekbones and I do my lips. I like this a little better than the roller. Although the roller is easier and I don't have to target. You just roll it around. But there's that lump there and there's that lump there. And you can do this because you got to get this gaggle that happens. My gaggle is less than it was. It's notable. It's notable. Noticeable? But I've been doing there's some strong muscles in your neck. And when they're working a lot, just with facial expressions, let alone holding up your head is heavy. Have you ever tried lifting up somebody's head? It's like a bowling ball. And then you push in here in the jawline to help loosen that up, right? So anyway, I was falling behind because I'm like, that's time consuming. How could I hurry it up? And I thought I need someone to just give me a facial so I don't have to do it. Well, guess what happened? So the last couple weeks, because I've been laying around so much, I've gotten addicted to looking at the Temu site and Amazon and looking up the quest for the perfect bra. That's a big deal for older women. So anyway, Temu brought up facial massager. Can you believe that? I knew Amazon was doing it. I knew Google search was doing it. Well, Temu is doing it. So anyway, I got this little massager. Back in the old days, I would have been too embarrassed to get it because you get teased if someone sees that you have one. But I've been using this on those knots. And if you go to a video that I had, say, a couple weeks ago, I've only used it 3 days. I've only had it 3 days. But I find that knot. It's right in here. If you get it right in the right spot, you can almost feel it. Like there's also a band of muscles that almost, if you follow my fingers, the band is like this. And then there's a band that's like this and like this. Then there's a band that folds under like this. And then this strapulates like that. And there's different layers that pull together. But the ones that are on the outside that you can actually get to without digging too hard, you can actually feel the ends. Because those are the ones I think that work the hardest, like right in here. Anyway, I wanted to share that with you because, okay, this is cheap. I think it only cost me a couple dollars. But it's also hard to open. And it's rechargeable, so it's not like you can't, I mean, you can't just, you might have to run out of juice. I'll put it in the drawer. But it doesn't shut off and on very, this is not, I might get something that's a little more expensive. But I'm glad I tried this because this is exactly what I want. Look here now. It's much better than it was. It was starting to look a lot deeper than that. And I know it's deep, but to me, a few weeks ago, so these are my my Botox tools. Very happy with this idea. Try it. Oh shoot, I gotta get ready for work. Okay. So, I don't feel like, if I can do this, I'm good without Botox. At some point, if I were around people constantly socializing, if I were a social butterfly and I was around people who were getting Botox, and you could really tell the difference, especially with older skin that's already scarred and has wrinkles, you could get a smooth forehead, but the plumping, the Juvederm, that stuff hurts me. Like I said, I don't have a very high threshold for pain. I've had that done one time, And I had it done by, I may have already told you this, someone who works on stars. I got a special appointment. I don't know. I don't remember exactly how that happened, but it was awesome. I mean, they have a team designing your face. They were putting out, this was years ago though, they were putting all this, pumping it up and then molding it like they were a sculptor. Oh my God. I can tell you that it was the first time they did the combo of Botox and, I don't know, was it called Juvederm? Where they pump it in there and then they shaped it. They gave me the most amazing face. I mean, amazing. I don't know why anybody wouldn't do it if they could. Hi, Pop. Hello, I love hearing your little toenails. Yes, I do. No, you can't jump up here. You have dirty feet, and I know it. Come on, jump. Yes, he says no. He does that all the time. If he wants in a door and it's not open, he'll flop his ears like that. Come on, jump. Come on, back up. Back up. Back up. Back up. Jump. Good boy. Good boy. Okay, where was I? Yeah, so I think that it's up to you if you what work you decide to do, because we all have to kind of live with ourselves. And I think my personal goal is to be as relaxed as possible, to simplify my life as much as possible. And I don't have the extra pressure of being around competition, say, for beauty. I'm not around friends who, if they're doing Botox, I don't know it. They must be doing a beautiful job. That looks natural. And I'm not in competition to keep relationships by looking youthful. I'm not unhappy with how I look, thank God. I mean, there's some things that did bother me when I was younger. And, God, I was already in my 40s when I finally did my eyes. I hated my eyes since I was a little girl. My eye doctor said, well, she has those flaps over her eyes because she's always straining to see things. So she's building muscles in those lids. And so my eyelids hung way down. Poor little girl. That dog. Why? I hate it when it barks in my ear. Enough. No bark inside. Indoor voice. Yeah, indoor voice. Okay, look at those wrinkles. Yeah. So, it's so funny too, because if somebody wants to do something, you can't talk them out of it. I know I've done Botox probably 10 times. I couldn't count them, but probably 10 times. And I can tell you this, there are different levels of expertise, just like any other field. And when one Botox professional says, oh, well, you can't do that, or that's not possible, or this is the best we can do, then you meet another one who just says, hey, would you like your lips to turn up just a little bit so you don't have that resting bitch face? You're like, mm-hmm. Would you like this or this that'll do this? I'm like, mm-hmm. Oh my God, I'm telling you what, I had a lady do my Botox the first time, that I ever had Botox. And I don't think anyone has ever, not once, lived up to her performance. She was a master. Then I moved. Yes, and when I went back on a trip to try to find her, she had moved. So I don't know. I need a little extra right there to make me feel better. See, I have such scrawny eyebrows. We'll see. All right. What else am I going to do? What else was I going to tell you? So, yes, shopping therapy is one of my favorite go-tos. I like how this feels, but I don't like the color. This is from Temu. And here's the thing that I've noticed. My eyes see a different color than a lot of people. And depending on the lighting, the color that I see in this room versus a different room, I may or may not like a little better. I won't wear this for color. To me, that's too neon, too 60s. I'm going to calm it down with something, but I can tell you this. I love how it feels on my lips. It feels substantial. I don't know if you can see that. If you're interested, they have it in different colors. This is the color that I thought would match me the easiest. Some YouTuber was talking about it. And she was adorable. Of course, she was like 20. Way too orange for me. So I need something that's going to calm this down. Maybe this will. I don't know. It just feels so good on my lips. This is a mauve. This is a true mauve. And I believe it's a Rimmel color. And it's called Amethyst. That's helping a little bit. It's not exactly where I want it, but I don't know what else to put with it. I'm not taking it off because I like... Now, if it were a day off like it was yesterday, I would just put it on thinner. I wouldn't have layered it on like I just did. But I thought I'd experiment today by putting on a little more. Why do I have these black specks? Oh, I didn't tap my eyelid. I didn't tap it. Okay. So anyway, I have very few lipsticks ever since I was a teenager that felt really good. Victoria's Secret used to have a lip gloss in a tube called Juicy. It felt really good. I loved that. But the last few times I did get it, I couldn't get it in exactly the color I wanted, which was almost clear. It was like this barely pink, almost clear. Well, then they changed the formula to where there were glitter pieces in it. Like, God, I don't know. They sell it. I don't know how or why or to who, but so I quit buying it. I don't know how Victoria's Secrets is even still in business at all. I think they're really dying down, in my opinion, compared to what they were years ago. Years ago, they even had clothes. They had an online presence. when computers really started doing their sales. Oh, I bought some of the cutest clothes. Not risque either, like Fredericks of Hollywood. These are good clothes, good handbags. I finally got rid of one handbag because I just didn't use it as much. But I still have a little straw handbag from them. I had the cutest jeans from them. Several tops. And once in a while you could catch some clothes in a store, especially the outlet stores. Oh my God, they had really good buys. And they just don't cater to, as far as like service. The last few times I've been to a Victoria's Secret, they basically, when I was young, I was a little overweight for a while. And I remember going into a store, I think it was called Foxmore. But I was going from store to store looking for jeans to fit me. I hadn't bought anything new in ages. And this lady, basically I got in the door and she's like, okay, I'll go over and talk to her. And I'm looking through the jeans. I was so shy. And she says, can I help you? Or she just said, we don't have clothes to fit girls your size. And I was mortified. I could have died. I got out of there. I don't remember how. I think it just kind of floated out. And the next store I went into was a woman's boutique. And I must have looked really frazzled because this older woman was like, hi, can I help you? She was so nice. And I told her what had just happened because I was on the verge of tears. And she was like, nobody should ever be treated like that. And we absolutely have clothes your size. And she probably did too. Oh, I loved her. I wanted her to be my mom. I was so young and vulnerable. I'm just putting some color where I feel like the sun was going to hit me anyway. Plus, trying to give myself a hairline. Because on camera it doesn't look like, it looks like my hair and my skin blend together. Anyway, so I told you I was going on Temu. So I got this. I got this. I got this blush that I just put on. Is that the cutest little thing? And when I get done with the blush, and I may dig it out anyway to put in my makeup drawer, but what a cute little container. I love containers. I have a whole box full of containers, little containers. But it is the one blush that I have that matches my favorite lipstick closer. Because most all my other blushes are more on the orange range. Yeah. Still, my favorite lip gloss is still this by LA. It's only a few bucks at the Dollar General store. But weirdly, this feels, maybe it's just that it feels so familiar from a lip gloss I had in my youth. This is easy. Easy breezy, put it on. It does exactly what I want it to do. This, for some reason, just must have a texture that's familiar because it feels good to me. Like comforting, like a lip hug. Wrong color, though. And from all the colors, this looked like the closest one. So I'm not going to send it back. I'm not going to throw it away. I'm going to use it, but I'm going to have to figure out how to, I don't know, maybe I'll mix some of this. Because I'm working today. I don't want my lips glowing. This is more of an opaque color. So maybe it'll calm down the translucent glow. How many layers can I put? See, that's not a bad color. And if I smear it around, it looks like I have lip liner. A bigger, little bit bigger lip. How high can I go with my lip liner before I start looking terrible? Ooh, that's up high enough. Maybe this. Okay, now it's about the perfect color. This is one of my favorite lipstick colors. However, looks very natural. However, it is not the most moisturizing. This is the very best lip color, really. If I had to pick one lip color for the rest of my life, this would be it. 445 on the mauve. I think it's CoverGirl. Color Sensational. I'm pretty sure it's CoverGirl, which is weird. This is Clinique, and I love this color. It's Bamboo. Number 33. I think it's Bamboo. But it's hard to find, and it's expensive. Ouchie. Oh, crap. I have to go to work. But that's okay. I love my work. But I love hearing from y'all, too. So, drop me a line. Say hello. Let me know you're alive. You know who I miss? I was thinking about Anna. Anna, if you're out there, please say hi. I'd love, 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 love to hear from you. And shout out to Vanessa. Check out her website. She has gotten quite a little jump in her channel. A lot of her people are quiet as well. But, let's see, heard from Linda. Yay, hi. Rose, of course. Love Rose. She's been an inspiration to me. And I love how not too long ago she was posting where she was taking care of herself, doing some walking, has a walking machine. So it's inspiring. So I guess, you know, I'm not quite sure. I haven't had an injury like this in my knees and ankles to where I just wasn't, I'm not sure how to navigate it, like how soon to start getting out and walking and for how far, you know what I mean? So I think I'll start out small and see how that goes. What else? I don't know. Somebody else said hello to Denise, Dinah. I just love it when y'all stop by and say hello. I really do. I really appreciate it. Okay, y'all. Have a lovely day. No one's told you lately, I love you. That's why I miss you when I don't hear from you. Okay. Let's go have a day. All right. Bye for now.